We're constantly being pushed to buy, upgrade, and want more. And because of that, it's often easy to forget the value of contentment and resourcefulness. But there's a lot of power in learning how to make do with what you already have. So here are some hacks to help you live a simple, fuller life while saving money. Number 1, adopt a can I live without it mindset. So what you're going to do is think of every small problem you face as a creative challenge to see if you can solve it with the resources you already have. So if something breaks, resist the urge to immediately replace it, and instead try to fix it, repurpose it, or simply live without it. And I know that last part might be hard for some people, especially if it's something that you think you'll need. However, challenge yourself to go at least 1 month without that item and see how you do. Now, if you do decide that you actually need it, by all means buy a replacement. But I know from experience that sometimes once an item is out of sight, it becomes out of mind and we adapt. Also, take a satisfaction inventory. So every month, make it a habit to look around your home and take stock of items that you already own, but you may have forgotten about. These could be clothes you haven't worn in months, kitchen tools collecting dust, or books you've been meaning to read. So instead of feeling like you need something new to be satisfied, you can focus on reintegrating these neglected items back into your daily life. And the goal here is really to find renewed value in the things that you already own. And by doing so, that old sweater in the back of the closet might become your new favorite piece again, or that kitchen gadget might inspire you to try a new recipe. Also, the next time you feel the itch to buy something, trading with friends, family, or neighbors can be a way to meet some of your needs without spending money. And this mindset does more than save money. It also promotes a lifestyle where less is more, plus there's the added benefit of knowing that things can be reused and appreciated by others rather than sitting unused. Also, once a month, challenge yourself to a week of no purchases, and during this week, only use what you already have in your home, whether it's food, toiletries, or household supplies. So get creative with your meals by mixing up the ingredients you've been ignoring in the back of your pantry, or make a fun DIY project with things lying around the house. And not only does this reduce waste and save money, it also reframes your mindset. So instead of seeing scarcity, you'll begin to view what you already have as enough, and by the end of the week, you might realize you didn't actually miss anything at all. Additionally, learn how to master the art of mindful wait. We've all experienced those impulse urges to buy something where it feels that you need it right now. But going forward, instead of immediately choosing buy, practice a mindful wait where you set a mandatory wait period before making any non-essential purchase. And during this time, you're able to decide whether that purchase is something that you actually want or need or just a passing thought. More often than not, by the time the wait period expires, you may no longer want the item, in which case you've just saved yourself from another unnecessary purchase. Likewise, we've all heard of gratitude journals where you list things you're thankful for. But here's a twist. Start a reverse gratitude one. So each day, think about one thing that you don't have and why you're grateful for that. For example, you might be thankful that you don't have a bigger house to clean, or you might be glad that you don't have to deal with the stress of owning a second car. And I really like this shift because you're able to appreciate the simplicity of your life and focus on the things that you don't need to be happy. And by recognizing the burdens that often come with more possessions, you might develop a newfound appreciation for contentment instead of constantly seeking more. You can also focus on having more multitask items in your house. And this is about creating space in your house by having items that serve more than one purpose. So start prioritizing things that can do more. For example, you can do what I did and purchase furniture that also doubles as a futon or guest bed, which allows you to use a room for more than just guests. We only have overnight guests maybe once or twice a year, so it really didn't make sense to have an entire room dedicated to that purpose. So when someone stays over, my office doubles as a guest room, which allows us to make do with what we currently have. This practice rewires your brain to ask, how else can I use this, rather than seeing things in their most limited form. And finally, instead of throwing money at every inconvenience, challenge yourself to learn a new skill each month that helps you rely less on spending. Whether it's mending clothes, doing basic home repairs, or learning to cook restaurant-style meals, these skills will pay off in the long run. And the key here is really to enjoy the learning process. And keep in mind that it's not about doing everything for yourself forever, but rather it's about building a toolkit of abilities that give you the freedom to solve problems without always needing to buy something new or hire someone else.